What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Kat and Mark show. And we are actually very excited right now because we're finally recording in person again, which is great.
Together, it's so much better. Like, we don't have I don't know if I want to do the virtual shit anymore because there's too much lag.
Yeah, it's true.
We were always talking on top of each other, on top of the interviewees, especially with my technology. Some days it was like a 5-second lag. Do you remember that one time I had a ban on talking? I had to like message in the chat like, hey, I want to say something now because the lag was so bad.
We had to just wait 5 seconds. You're like, so what I wanted to say was, yeah, it's just the chemistry online just doesn't feel as nice. Like it feels so much better being back right now.
Yeah, it's not it.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
And if you guys are happy, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening.
And we're still waiting for all those subscriptions so that we can do the Kat and Mark porno.
Exactly.
Which I keep bringing up. But apparently nobody wants to see the Kat and Mark porno.
Exactly. We need a certain amount of subscriptions. We have a number in mind, but we gotta wait and see.
One of my friends said to me the other day, speaking of the Kat and Mark porno, it's so funny because like how everyone just assumes we're like secretly dating.
Oh yeah, 100%. Everyone thinks it. It's hilarious.
And my friend was like, God, you and Mark must have the wildest sex.
It must be amazing. It must be incredible.
I feel like I'm just going to start being like, yeah, like we actually just don't sleep because of how much sex
we just got to go along with it now. Just be like, yeah, it is. Actually, it's the greatest sex in the world. Okay?
That's why he's moving. Oh, yeah. So if you might have seen it on my story a few weeks ago, but Mark might be moving into my building and it's actually just due to how much sex we want to be having.
By the way, that was so smart what you just did then. When you were like, you might see my story from a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, Kat, what are you talking about? You just took the story. But then I realized it takes a couple of weeks to get this out. That was a genius move right there. But yeah, I'm looking, I've just got back to Sydney and I'm looking for a place. So I'm either moving into a unit in Kat's building or...
Don't mind me. I can see you just looking at me.
I know. I was like, what are you doing? She's poking herself. How do women do this, by the way? Women have an ability to like caress their eyeball. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, like poke it.
You guys are insane.
Things in it.
Like I need to put in eye drops sometimes. Dude, that is like the most challenging thing in the world. But you guys literally will just like give your eyeball a massage every now and again. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, how do you do that?
You know what the worst thing is when I'm putting eyelashes on with a tweezer and I stab my eye with the tweezers. The tweezers are hard.
Yeah, I know.
And pointy.
I know. So are your fucking fingers and nails.
Glue, so it'll be like the pointy edge of the tweezers that's like covered in glue and it just stabs into my eye.
You women are crazy. You guys are crazy. Like, there's no man that would do that. There's no man out there that just like poke themselves in the eye for beauty.
Yeah, that's just getting like pointy things, like hovering them around their eyes.
Impressive though. Impressive. Yeah. But anyway, moving back to Sydney, looking for a place. Might move into Kat's building. Might move into Kat's place if I don't find a place, okay?
Well, we are dating, so...
Yeah, exactly. We are with amazing sex. If you find me just sleeping on the couch next week on the podcast, that's what's happened. Wasn't able to find a place moving in. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Anyway, we also have some exciting news. I guess these are stories of the week. We have a co-stories because we were just in Vegas together last week.
We were.
I know. I feel like I've been seeing you so much lately.
I know.
Which is I didn't see you for like 6 months, and now I've seen you.
And then all of a sudden, yeah. I know. Now moving in. No, it was good. Vegas was a fun time. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I had so much fun in Vegas, made a lot of new friends in Vegas, which is good.
FHM Top 100, by the way, for those who don't know.
Oh, yes. So I don't think we've spoken about this on the podcast, but yeah, so I was fortunate enough to be named as one of the top 100 sexiest women in the world, and I placed 26.
Congratulations.
Go the Aussies. Also, congratulations to Aubrey Black, friend of the show, for taking out the #1 spot this year.
Sexiest woman. There you
go.
Yeah,
I know.
Well,
congratulations to Aubrey. And yeah, so the Aussies taking out two top spots.
Yeah, it was a fun night. You looked amazing, by the way. So it was like one of the runways that you did was like cowboy themed, or cowgirl, I should say, themed. Yeah, it was fucking fire. It looked great. You did well.
So I know, so it was fun, a bit different. The next night after the FHM party, Mark's like, oh, it's my last night in Vegas. Let's go out. I didn't even want to go out. I went out because I was like, Mark has flown all the way to Vegas to come with me to this party, and now he wants to go out. It's his last night. I just want to stay in bed. No, I wanted to stay in bed and sleep.
No, fuck that.
So I come out. I get dressed. This, that. I was with you for all of 5 seconds.
It was
and then
like
you
5
fucked
minutes.
off. And I was like, I literally just like turned around and I was like, I could have just been in fucking bed. I literally got myself out.
Hey, I had a fun night, okay?
But it wasn't with me. I didn't have to be there. And I was like,
night.
poor Mark, just flown all the way to Vegas. I should, I fucked my car. I should spend some time with him. Apparently you weren't thinking the same thing. Oh, poor Kat's just come, asked me to be in Vegas. Let me spend some time with poor Kat.
To be fair, I found you a table of guys first. To be fair, I was like, hey guys, what's up? I got some girls, introduced you. You were having fun, all right? Then I went and found a girl to have fun with.
Yeah, all right. How'd you?
Kat's so annoyed.
I'm so annoyed because
so you left me. Go fuck yourself.
I would have just not gone out.
Yeah. So anyway, listen, you're with a bunch of guys. You're having fun. I went for a little bit of a walk, and I found this girl at a table, and she was this hot little fucking like 22-year-old.
Was it the one that you spoke to when we were downstairs?
So that was some Russian girl. No, this was a different girl. She's like an American 22-year-old. Out in Vegas for like a weekend or something.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, 21. Oh wait, no, 22. Oh,
she's old, okay, 22. But she was honestly,
you're like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, exactly.
Over here.
Yeah, 2 years should we go? No, but she was so much fun. We literally chatted for like all of 7 minutes, and then I was like, look, let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god, so you weren't even in the club anymore?
No.
I hate you so much more now. I was so tired. I didn't even want to go out. I'm getting old.
We spoke for like 7 minutes.
I didn't need to be out for that.
I was like, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. She didn't even tell her friends. I was like, do you want to tell her friends? She's like, no. I was like, all right, let's go. Just fucking stormed out of that place. Sorry, I should have messaged you. This is my public apology to Kat. I'm so sorry. But hey, I had a fun night. So fuck it. I had a good time. But yeah, no, Vegas is fun. Me. Good times. I'm glad you came out. Thanks for coming out with me. Had fun. You're the best.
Why you were the one that asked me to go out? I was so annoyed. Are you messaging me like, let's go out?
Hey, we had fun. All right. Didn't we?
Separately.
Yeah.
Separately. So exactly. I didn't need to be there for the fun to be at.
So anyway, that was our trip in Vegas. You stayed a few more days though. What did you get up to? You were doing some work? Some content?
Yeah. So did a collab and hung out with one of my friends from the Gold Coast was in Vegas at the same time, so hung out with him and some of his mates, and that was pretty cool. Got to meet a few American like creators and stuff, so that was cool.
We might be having some of them on the podcast.
Yes, we will be having some of them on the podcast. We'll be having Podmaster and Content Candy TV on the Podmaster.
Well, they'll be on the Podmaster very soon, okay?
The Podmaster podcast.
They'll be here. Podcasting. Point of view casting.
It's so much
on the
more
podcast.
Fun on the couch. Right. Oh my god, I can't handle it. Okay, yeah, Podmaster and Content Candy TV are coming on together, and then I've also got Catherine May as well, who's coming on another time. So get ready for those interviews. They're going to be really good. Yeah, finally getting some Americans on. I think we've only had like one American on.
Okay, yeah, we're going to up our American.
Yeah,
count.
we are. We're upping our American.
We're a diverse show. Okay, we're going to include everyone.
We're inclusive of all cultures on here.
We need to reach our American count, our quota. All right. So what else has been happening, Kat? Anything else exciting?
No.
All right.
Absolutely nothing.
All right. Happy days. All right. Let's move on then. So my question for you this week is the worst date you've ever been on. Because let me tell you why quickly. I was chatting to this girl and she asked me what my worst date was. And I've thought about it since then, but I was like, I don't fucking know. Like I don't mean to like sound, but I've only had good dates is like really what I thought. And she was telling me about like a guy she went on a date with. He's like a gym junkie. He told her on the date, Kat, he's like, I don't want you to drink wine. I think it's disgusting.
Oh my God.
Do you know what this girl did? She's like, I'm getting a wine. I was like, yeah, you go, girl.
Oh
so God. He was like, he went to like a really nice restaurant and just asked for like chicken and rice.
Oh, no.
So she just had like the worst time. So I'm curious.
I think we spoke. I asked that on the show once. I was like, what would you do if you were out with like a girl? No, I think I said like to somebody's food order. Like, would you judge them?
Oh,
and then I
right.
said, like, imagine you went out to like a nice restaurant. Like, imagine going to like Nobu or like Otto's or something, and then getting chicken nuggets.
Exactly.
Just fries.
Just like kids menu shit.
Yeah, or no, oh my god, no, I would judge that person so hard. What the fuck?
Yeah, he sounds like a bit of a douche. But I'm curious, have you like what is your worst date? Have you had any like interesting stories here?
Yeah, I need to. Okay, the one that. I've been on so many dates. I've been single for a while now. I've been there a few
She
dates.
said that with a tear rolling down her eyes.
Fuck off. No, I didn't.
No, go on.
I'm single by choice. Thank you. You sound like my grandmother.
Hey, listen, it's time you get married, all right? It's time you settle down, young lady. No, all right. Yeah, tell me.
Well, the one that immediately comes to mind is I went on a date with this one guy from Tinder. So I've only been on so this is why, so I talk about this on the show all the time. I don't use dating apps. I like meeting people organically. But I have used Tinder like maybe I've been on like 5 Tinder dates, right? Luckily I went on those 5 because that's actually we met through a Tinder date technically.
Sure.
So luckily
you went on that
I did
Tinder
go
date.
that last Tinder date.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, so I went on like a few before that, and I'm pretty sure one of the guys was gay.
Oh,
but
damn.
I think he didn't know that he was gay.
He didn't know yet. Tell me, how did you come to this conclusion?
Like sometimes you just
know. You just know.
I don't want to start chucking stereotypes of gay guys out there, but like sometimes you just know. You can just tell.
Can I ask you a question?
Gay. Like,
did it ever cross your mind that like, okay, I think he's gay, but I wonder if he still wants me. Did you go through like maybe I can just convert him?
No, I'm not like.
I've
got nothing against gay guys. Gay guys, some of the hottest guys there are out there. But
that's true. They look after themselves.
I'm very much into straight guys.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm very much into guys that want me. Yeah,
guys.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel
know,
it.
like he seems like he wanted me, but like I couldn't get over the fact that he might not have been gay.
But there was maybe like a feminine energy or something. Yeah,
look,
maybe
that's what it was. Maybe there was just too much feminine energy there for me. But
well, that sounds okay. It wasn't like a horrible day. It's just you guys didn't really click.
Well, it was a very confusing because I was just looking at him, just so sure that these guys. And then I was like, should I be the one to tell him?
Ask him, yeah. By the way, did you know? That would have been hilarious. I would have loved to listen to that conversation.
Yeah, but anyway, so that was just, I don't know. I was just like, I just felt awkward because I was just like,
it was just confusing, awkward.
It was confusing. It was awkward. I was not into it. I'm trying to think. Okay, well, this is like I've been on a few dates. Where like, the date seems like it was going okay until the bill comes, and they're like, oh, let's split it.
No.
That's a no from me. No from me, dog, right there.
Hang on. So these guys invite you to dinner and then at the end they go for the split?
Yep.
Damn.
It's only ever happened to me like a couple of times.
Are they like brokies or something? What's happening?
Look, and I've said this on the show before. I don't expect like a guy that I'm dating to pay for me for every meal for the rest of eternity.
But the
first few, I would say. The first few until we are established as something. But while you're trying to win me over, I expect you to wine and dine me.
Yeah. We're both old school, right?
Yeah.
I think it's respect.
I think that's the Wog mentality a little bit as well.
Like, I think like in general, if you invite someone out to something, I think to me, you should be offering to pay, like full stop.
Well, not if it's like a friend or something. If I had a friend out for dinner, I'm not going to pay for me and my friend.
Well, it depends on the circumstance. Like if that's a friend you know for a long time, sure. But say you just met like some work colleagues, right? And you just met someone like one time and you're like, hey, I'd love to like chat to you about this, this, and this. Like it'd be good to get to know you. Do you want to like come out to dinner with me this night? Under that circumstance, I'd be paying for that. Now I get it. Like if you're being friends for like 5 years, then no, right? But I think like especially in a dating sense. And like imagine the guy takes you to like a really expensive restaurant and then he's like, yeah, we should split. It's like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I 100% agree. Like you should be offering at least those first few times.
Yeah, I know. But it's hard because there is a lot of girls these days that's like, oh no, like I want to split it.
Yeah, that's why I said offer, right? Like if I'm on a date with like a Scandinavian girl, like a Swedish girl, they get like offended. Like I had a girl once, I paid for breakfast for us and she lost her shit. She's like, you don't think I can afford my own breakfast? And I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, like offer, if the girl is like fucking persistent on splitting, then sure, go for it. But I think that offer should be there. It should be like, look, I'll go this, you know?
Yeah, so
big turn off.
I'm sorry, yeah, if you don't grab the bill when it comes, no,
see you bye.
Yeah, see you bye. Yeah, they never heard from me again. Absolutely not. I'm trying to think if there was like any other like bad dates that I've had. I don't think I've had any that's like,
you've been like lucky, I guess, or fortunate.
Yeah, that's like been really bad. Other than, they're the only ones that come to mind, I guess, that I can think of. But look, I'll keep it playing in my head in the background, and we'll see if
I'm curious if anyone listening has some like awful fucking dates. Like, I'd love for them to like write in or leave in a comment. That'd be like super interesting to hear.
I know you hear stories about like really bad dates, and I'm just like, where are these people hiding? But it's probably just like on Tinder and stuff.
I guess like if you don't screen that well, like if you're just like, whatever, let's give it a go, and you don't really know them, and
So this is why I don't do the online dating. It's because the thing, shit like this happens. Like I go out with them and they're gay, or I go out with them and
they're homosexual,
or I go out with them and they make me pay for half the bill. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel you. I
feel like you can get a better sense of a vibe from a person.
Yeah, that's why when this girl asked me, that was my answer. Is like, honestly, most of the time, I've vetted the girls a little bit. Like either I've met them in person, or even with Tinder that I don't use that much. I feel like I've used it enough now that I can kind of identify like which of the girls I'm going to have like somewhat chemistry with and aren't going to be like fucking crazy. That being said, I have like had some random like catfish girls now and again, but like for the most part, I've been pretty lucky.
Are you still using like dating apps?
Nah. I mean,
aren't you banned? Aren't you banned from like all the dating apps?
No, I've been banned from Tinder. But you can just like use a different number, get another account. The thing is,
how many numbers do you have?
Like 3.
Oh god, yeah, I know girls that have like 20 phones because of like
exactly. I've got like
things.
an American number for like one of my companies, like an Australian number. So I mean, this year I've been like super busy, but I'm not that big of a fan. I just, as you said, I prefer meeting people in person. It's so much easier. Yeah.
Wait, you didn't tell me what your worst date is.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I mean,
you said you didn't have any, but like, do you have even just one where like?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard like going back. I've had some like awkward dates when I first started like dating. Like this is back in the day when I was like young. Yeah, I remember.
It's really you problem, not the girl.
Yeah, I remember one actually, Kat. This was probably like she'd be telling a story. What was your worst date? Is we went on a date and I was probably like 25. I don't know, right? I was young. And this is like when I was a little bit naive. So I've gone to like dinner with this girl and it's all gone like smooth. It's going great. I was like, oh, this girl's nice. And so I was like, all right. And it was the end of the dinner. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Like I was trying to say goodbye. And she's like, oh, we're like ending the date here, are we? And I was like, oh, what do you mean? She's like, I thought we were going to hang out longer. And I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, no, we can hang out longer. So then we like walked down like the harbor and like hung out a bit. The whole time she's thinking like, when are we fucking, right? Is what she's thinking.
Oh.
But I'm just like so naive and like innocent. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, so like we can go for a walk.
Like, do you like stuff?
we're like walking along the harbor and shit. And then I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, has this like reached the quota of time? I'm like, all right, well, it was nice. Had a nice night. And she's like, we're ending it here. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And we've gone for a walk. And then she's like, shouldn't we like go back to your place? And I was like, oh, yes. It was a good idea. Like I wasn't even thinking about fucking at that point, right? And so yeah, I'm sure that girl was probably like, this guy is fucking no idea what he's doing back then. But yeah, besides that, I mean, I've had some girls at Tinder, like they've rocked up and it's just like not the person on the app, right? And I've just like ended it there. I'm like, that's not you, bye. But that's only happened like once or twice.
Oh
so
my
yeah,
God,
I've been
you
pretty
actually
lucky.
told them like, yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye. So, yeah. I mean, it's not them, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, it's been.
I was actually watching when I was in America, like every day on MTV was the show Catfish, and I hadn't watched it in so long because like I don't even know if we even have MTV in Australia. Like, if we do, I don't know where to watch it. It's probably just on Foxtel, but I don't have Foxtel. And I was like, oh my God, MTV! I haven't watched MTV in so long, and just every day they were just playing Catfish, and I was like, oh my God, Catfish! And I was watching it, and then Kay's like, oh my God, I've never seen this show, and I was like, what? You've never seen
That's
like
so
Catfish? And I was like, oh, maybe probably because like they've been catfishing since what, MySpace days or something, probably. Oh my God.
Facebook. Have you seen the movie Catfish? Have you seen? It's really good.
Oh, maybe.
You should watch the movie. Yeah, I recommend. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's good.
So that's good.
Next question for you, Kat. All right. Now I know I should know this because we're fucking all the time. It's the best sex ever. But question, okay. What is your what is your favorite position?
Yeah, you should know this. I mean,
I know,
you were just giving it to me before.
I know. Yeah, I was giving you that position that is weird. Because we were going to ask this to people at the end, like when we're in Vegas as part of the interviews. But I was curious, like, what is your favorite position? What do you like the most?
I would say anything from behind. So like either doggy, where I'm like obviously like on all fours, or where I'm like lying down and it's like still from behind. So it's like, what's that one called? It's like
when you're like flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just call these like variations of doggy because if like technically there's like a billion positions that people like jerking off to, as in like they like just creating names for it. But if you're in doggy and then you just flat, I just say it's a variation of doggy, right? Like I don't go into these like crazy names and details.
Yeah,
like,
I just say it's like doggy, but I'm almost like lying on my stomach.
No,
I explained.
Why do you prefer those positions from behind?
So I don't know why. I just feel like it feels like, I don't know. I think it's just the angle of how it goes in just feels
because it like hits your G spot a little bit more from those positions. So it's just literally the physical pleasure you get. It's not
it feels better.
Okay. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, I think it feels better. But I also like missionary as well. So I'm a big missionary girl. Well, I only like missionary if I'm into the person. If I'm like with a client, if I'm with a client and I'm really into them, like let's do missionary so we can make out, like get really into it. Because obviously like missionary, it's intimate. You're like making out with the person. So I only really enjoy doing it if I'm like actually into someone and it's like I'm enjoying also like making out with them. If I'm with a client, I'm not into them. I'm just like, yeah, let's just fuck me from behind.
Yeah. This way I don't have to look at you.
I do that like sometimes. Like sometimes I'm just like, because usually it will start with either me on top or like him in missionary. That's usually how it starts with clients. Like it'll start in like some variation of like facing each other. But yeah, if I'm just not into it, like what my favorite position is when you fuck
when
me
I
from
don't
behind.
look at you. That's my favorite position. Do you know how long I love sex lasting? As quick as possible. Okay, just come for me right now. That's funny.
But I do also like, so okay, like that's not always like why I'm asking it, but sometimes I do genuinely like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
like
you
from
also like
too.
Yeah.
But so missionary, I find that very enjoyable from into the person, like making out and stuff. Yeah. What about you? Well, your favorite's probably where you've got like a bat in your hand and the girl's like tied up.
Yeah, I do like the bat position. Yeah. Actually, this is interesting. What do you think is my favorite position?
Where the girl is tied up in a way so that she can't run away, and you're holding some form of weapon. Like a sexual weapon.
I like this imagery. This is getting me going. Yeah. To be fair, I used to like doggy quite a lot because I found it like very primal. You like grab the girl's hair from behind. You had her arts available to like hit, spank.
It is like more of a submissive and dominant role, as in like with the guys being more dominant, the girls
exactly.
Being,
you can like push the girl into the bed. Like it felt very like, as you said, like primal, very dominant. But over time, honestly, this is going to sound fucked up.
Don't say missionary.
I love missionary.
No, what?
Now, let me explain why. Not like your typical like, okay, I'm just fucking missionary boring shit.
Do you like strangle them and like beat them
exactly.
at the same
so
time? Yeah, okay.
What I like about missionary is I actually will kind of sit upright on my knees. Does that make sense? So I'll be up on my knees. And this way, what I find is like that angle with my pelvis, I can actually hit the G-spot of the girl with my dick, and then her clit is there, and I've got my hands to use. So I can either use a vibrator on a clit now, or I can use my hands to like play with the tits or start choking her, slapping her. One of my
playing with tits?
Yeah, like I wouldn't say it's like my kink, but you know, it'd be a part of my play, right?
I'm literally just picturing you just like playing with tits.
Just jiggling titties.
Motorboating titties. I can't see you motorboating titties ever.
No, I don't think I have that. But one of my favorite things right now is like breath play. So like holding the girl's breath as I'm fucking her and her like desperately trying to like gasp for air. So that position in missionary works really well because I can see that expression, right? And so I think this is a good actually like what I wanted to talk about for everyone at home is making like the positions interesting and varied, right? Because as I said, like there's some people that might just fucking missionary, might just fuck doggy, or you have the other end of the spectrum of people trying to do like 1,000 like different positions.
That's so annoying.
Yeah. And I think like if you can pick any position and make it like really interesting and really kinky from like some small changes. So it might be just literally adding dirty talk or, you know, as I said, like choking, slapping, adding some dominance. It could even just be like shifting your hips. Right? If you're a missionary and the girl shifts her hips up or you put a pillow underneath, it's going to feel really different. You might hit the clit a little bit more with your dick. And you could even shift your hips to the side to hit like a different side or different wall of the pussy. So I think like that's really important. Like I guess that's like the takeaway of this. But yeah, I don't like saying this, but I like missionary.
Oh, that's so cute.
Don't cute me, motherfucker.
Oh,
all right.
That's so cute.
Shut the fuck up right now, Kat. Okay.
So I think Mark's in love, everybody.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I just love beating people up and seeing their expression, you know. I can't help it. It's true. It's true love. Yeah.
I can't look at you the same now.
I just look at
I feel like
Kat,
I'm just really like judging you.
At me like with a rose in my mouth, slowly caressing your girl's face.
Playing a violin.
Yeah.
Like
playing a violin. Just slowly penetrating in and out. Just telling, hey,
really soft, like classical music.
Have I mentioned how pretty you are? Like,
and with like rose petals on the bed.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, like you're so beautiful. And you just God. Like gently put your hand like against her face.
Exactly.
And just gently like flick her hair back.
Oh yeah, this is definitely my new kink. Yep. But this is my point. You can essentially make even missionary super exciting. You can vary it from like, you can have like, jokes aside, like there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you do want a romantic, you can have a romantic.
No, well that's why I like it.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I like the you know me, I'm very lovey-dovey and all that.
You like the violin.
You're always getting me in trouble for falling in love after like one minute.
We need it. We need an intervention. Okay, no more falling in love.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't get married in Vegas.
Oh, I almost did.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay,
that's the second time I almost got married in Vegas.
You can't go to Vegas anymore because you will get married.
I've got 2 Vegas husbands now.
Jesus Christ. Okay. As long as it's okay, no ring. I'm just checking. No ring on the finger. Just okay, perfect. Okay, there you go. So if Kat is fucking you and she wants doggy, it's either that she really likes it or she's trying to get rid of you.
Yeah, it's either really good or it's really, really bad. So it could be one or the other.
It's gold. Say you do get married in Vegas. You come home, you got a big ring on your finger. How would you be able to tell if this man is going to cheat on you or is cheating on you? Are there any signs that like girls know and look for?
Oh,
yeah, I'm asking for a friend. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, now that you're in your romantic era.
How do I cheat?
oh no, how do you cheat? Oh, okay, the reverse.
No, I'm joking. I bet. How do you detect if your partner's cheating?
Can you even cheat if you're in an open relationship?
No, if you're in well, yeah, you can 100%.
Well, I guess if you break the rules of that.
Yeah, of course. Like people in open, yeah. Okay. But I guess like so I've had students recently that have been what I would describe as a little bit paranoid, okay, when it comes to like the girls that they're with. So I'm curious, like from a girl's perspective, is there anything like you look out for or that you, see as a little bit of a red flag where you're like, oh, this man's fucking cheating, I know it. Like, is there anything that you detect or that you look out for?
Yeah, look, it's really hard now since becoming a sex worker, like with the whole cheating thing, because I think the thing that you like, so I mean, we've spoken about this like before, like, with like my thoughts on like relationships and men since becoming a sex worker. And I mean, I still love men and I still love dating and stuff like that, but I have been more inclined to doing like open relationships since becoming a sex worker. Well, obviously one, that's because of my job, but also two, because after doing my job, you realize that even the guys that you think wouldn't cheat are cheating. Like a lot of my clients have girlfriends, they have wives, like, and there's probably a lot of them that don't even tell me. Like there's a lot just based on the ones that actually give me that information. But obviously you don't pry. Like it's bad sex worker etiquette to pry into a client's personal life, but you can only judge based on the information that they give you. So and a lot of them will voluntarily like give you that information. A lot don't, but a lot might still have partners. So yeah, look, a lot of married guys, and it's a lot of ones you don't expect, like guys with, I guess, like that seem really nice and kind and well dressed and good jobbed, and the kind of guys that you think would be like a Prince Charming, like they're cheating too. But again, what would I look for? Like, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, see, I'm not really like when I'm in relationships, I'm not like those crazy girls that's like, oh, want to check your phone all the time. So I mean, like, obviously, like you would I feel like when girls act like that, it just like drives guys away more. Like there needs to be trust in a relationship. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're checking your man's phone or your girl's phone like all the time, like. Yeah, like
it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I feel like if it drives the other partner crazy and they feel like you don't trust him, and it's almost like, well, I might as well, right? If he keeps like thinking I'm doing this, then I might as well, right?
Yeah,
like, I think it's not a good idea to do. But it's interesting what you said about. I think when you do see a lot of people cheat, and it's like fairly common, right? Is that it's hard not to be a little bit cynical about it, right? Like it's hard not to think like, damn. Like it's tough out there in relationships, right? A lot of people are,
ones.
Yeah, monogamous ones. Yeah,
I don't think monogamy is like. I don't think it can work.
I mean, it can work, but I agree with what you're saying here. That I think, like for a lot of people, open is just a lot better.
I feel like 10% of the population. Yeah, I feel like you have to be very like strong-willed and strong-minded, and like a certain kind of person to be able to like make a monogamous relationship work.
Yeah, I mean, half of marriages fail, right?
What is it? 2 out of 3 marriages end in divorce, and the ones that don't end in divorce, they're just cheating.
It's almost 50%, but yeah, and I think that like I need to look up stats on like how many people cheat, but that's like close to 50% as well, or something crazy.
Oh no, based on just me, my workings, it's way more than 50% of people are cheating, because I would say majority of my clients.
But it might be filtered for that as well, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So like if you're like a guy in a marriage and you're gonna cheat, it's probably a lot easier to get like a sex worker because you're not worried about that person going and saying anything, right? Whereas if you're in a marriage and like you cheat with like some girl at work, then the chance of that person like going and telling your wife is probably going to be a lot higher than like a sex worker.
Well, to be honest, I don't even count sleeping with escorts as cheating. And like, I've had
hang on, go back, really?
No.
So if your man hooks up with a sex worker, you don't count that as cheating?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't do a monogamous relationship anyway.
Okay, yeah, but let's say you were like.
Well, only just now that because I see it on the other end. Like I know.
I think it's 100% cheating.
Well, I mean, like it is, but it is, but it's not. Like, because it's more just like a release. Like it really is. Like it's not.
But it's a release that you're lying about.
Yes,
because what I'm saying here,
it's just like a sexual gratification. It's like assisted masturbation, really.
Yeah, but it's still cheating, right? Because cheating to me is basically like a lie or betrayal within the relationship.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even have to be physical. Like if you're off having like an emotional affair with someone,
no, that's worse. I think.
Okay, well there you go. That's still cheating. And I mean, some people would even consider like, this is crazy, I know, but some people would even consider porn like cheating in a relationship if that's like an agreement you have where it's like, we're not watching porn, you're like some Christian or a couple, right? That would be like, I think whenever you're like lying or betrayal, I agree like an escort, it can feel very much like, okay, there's no emotion here, it's very transactional, I'm just getting a release, it's just physical, that's fine. And I'm sure to a lot of people, like even they might agree that's okay in a relationship, but until you've had that agreement, if you're lying going behind someone's back, that's 100% cheating, like every single time.
Yeah, there are a few clients that I've seen that say like their wife knows that they sleep with escorts and they're like, okay, it's okay if it's just the escorts, but like, obviously don't be falling in love with someone else. Obviously that's not a normal thing. But
no, and I feel the same way if I'm in like open relationships, right? Or it's casual, like I'm the exact same way if the girl I'm with is going to like sleep with other guys and shit and it's just like fun. Like that feels very different to if your partner is now like in a relationship with someone else or is like, there's levels to this essentially, right? And that's why you said like emotional affair, that's probably worse, right? So yeah, I think there's definitely like, let's say like levels of severity to this, but yeah, I think you have to be like open with your partner. If you're like lying, then it's lying, right?
All right, so you were asking about like what are signs that somebody's cheating? Yeah. Well, I would say if they are cagey, like not, so I don't really like this checking people's phones or whatever, but let's just say they were playing music on their phone and you were like, oh, hey, can I change the song? And they were like, no.
Okay. Like, they're very like secretive about their phone.
Yeah,
okay,
if it was like, okay, because if you don't have anything to hide on your phone, you wouldn't care that I'm even holding your phone. Like, I'm not saying that I would even like check it, but like, it's like, why do you not even want me like near it? Or if they just don't leave their phone alone, like ever. Because I feel like that would be, regardless of whether you're checking their phone or not, it would be obviously they're like, oh, what if she does check it? Or what if he does check it or whatever? So I feel like if they're very cagey with the phone, they don't want you near it at all, ever. I would say that's probably a little bit suspicious. And then also, like, yeah, I don't know if they all of a sudden, like, if they have like different, I mean, people are like creatures of habit normally. So if all of a sudden their like routine has like all of a sudden changed, like all of a sudden they work late on Thursdays, and it's like they've never worked late once ever in their life, but now every Thursday they work late all of a sudden.
True.
Or they've never had a, I don't know, like if like do you know patterns like that? Or like all of a sudden they're having these work lunches on Sundays or something like that. Or
smart.
they have to go on random business trips and they've never been on business trips before. Because I mean a lot of the times I'm seeing people there, it's on business trips. So business trips are very I don't even know if they're I don't know if any business trip is ever actually a business trip. But yeah, so I mean business trips. What else would be like some other like signs?
I think like some counterintuitive ones is when like your partner is projecting quite a lot that you might be cheating. So I think if your partner comes to you and he's like, I don't trust you, like, what are you doing? Like, let me see your phone, shit like that. I think this is what I've seen like with my clients as well. If there's like a partner cheating, sometimes they'll be like hyper aware and like project that a little bit onto the person that they're with, and also like signs of guilt. Okay. So I've had situations where once again, like the reason I bring this up is like I've had clients where their partner's like cheated on them, and then we look back and like look for these signs and behaviors, right? And one of them is like the guilt. So sometimes if your partner just all of a sudden is like really nice and he's like trying to do everything for you and he's like calling you or doing like a lot more and going out of their way, it's like, hey, where did that come from? Why did that come all of a sudden? Sometimes it's the guilt of cheating and that comes out in that way. So these are some like counterintuitive ways that I thought were like really interesting to think about. Yeah,
they're good.
No.
Oh, I'm trying to think if there's like other things.
Oh, also like this is more subtle, but if you like walk into your bedroom and your partner's like fucking someone else on the bed, that's also probably a pretty good sign of cheating. Yeah.
Oh, actually, another one might be, so this is one that I've noticed just, I guess, in like friendship groups and things that I've been in. If friends of your partner cheat often.
If they're in
like the kind of people they hang out with. Like,
true.
So I know like
I like that.
Yeah, so I know people are like the people that they hang around with, and a lot of people do give into peer pressure. Like that's just a natural human thing. And it probably feels more acceptable.
Like if you're around a bunch of people that is like, yeah, I cheat all the time, like da-da-da.
Yeah.
Like, then the girlfriend is probably going to be like, oh, well, all my girlfriends cheat. Like it seems fine. Like da-da. Kind of, to be honest, like what you said before is like, I don't think like with an escort he's like cheating that much because like you're so used to that. Like it's so like around where you're used to. So yeah, that's probably very true. Like if there's a girl group and all their girlfriends are out like hooking up with guys, like making out and whatever, and they've got like boyfriends, then yeah, that would be not the girl I'd want to.
So I think, definitely have a look at the kind of people they're hanging out with, because people are just like the people that I say this all the time. You are like the 5 closest people that you hang around with. That's absolutely true. So yeah.
That's why you're so awesome, because you spend so much time with me. It's so true. I agree.
We make each other more awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the Cat and Mark show is good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to something that we spoke about last week, which is now that we've been talking about escorting. So you asked me last week, I think it was last week on the air, we're trying to work out like why I'm so, I guess, okay with my job in comparison to a lot of other girls.
Yeah, because everyone I know that's an escort or like in this industry, not everyone, but a lot of girls that I know struggle with it, right? They find it really tough. It affects their like personal life. But with you seem to just like strive. Yeah. And so I've been sitting here thinking like, why? What is the difference?
Yeah. So the first point that I spoke about on the last show when I brought it up, which was, because I was caught a bit off guard with the question, but I've done some more reflecting on it because I was like, I'd like to think about this a little bit more. So the first reason that I spoke about just briefly like last time was I said it's because this is my second career. And I said like, I know what it's like to work in a job that I don't like and want to leave it. And I was miserable. And that was me with my old job. So I was like, okay, with like my second career now that I've like chosen to do when I didn't have to do it, like I've qualified in like other things that I could do. So that was what I spoke about last week. Okay, but then the next thing, which is such a big one that I totally forgot about, is I don't have daddy issues.
You reckon it's a daddy issue thing?
No, for some people it is. I think for some people it is. I would say that 99% of workers I know either have a poor relationship with their dad or they don't have a dad. So the whole concept of like escorts being fatherless and whatever. Like it's not like a made up thing. Like stereotypes come out of truth, right? And a lot of escorts and strippers and whatever I know, they don't have that relationship with their dad there, or if they do, it's not very good. And I'm just saying, like, not everyone. I do know some sex workers that are close to their dads, but it's not many.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is like you grew up with a good
my parents are still together.
Yeah, so
I lived with both my parents up until I was like 22 or whatever. I still see my dad at least once a week. My dad literally, when I got home from Vegas, my dad called me. He was like nearly into. He's like, I've missed you so much. I was like, I was gone for 10 days. He's like, I couldn't even sleep because I was just missed you so much. Like that's nice. Literally like that's nice. And then he's already like, he's like, when can I come and see you? Like I miss you. And I'm just like, oh God, like let me just breathe for a minute. Like I just got back. And I go out for lunch or breakfast or dinner once a week with my dad every single week.
Okay.
And I have like my entire life.
So you've had like good, let's say childhood relations, or even like growing up, you've had like good stable relations around you that taught you to, I guess.
Yeah, and I had a good relationship with my grandfather.
Yeah, okay.
As well.
All right.
And I had good relationships with all my boy cousins and all my male uncles.
And so you think that helps you then, it like buffers you with these, let's say, escort relationships?
Yeah, because every boy in my family, I've never had a bad experience with any of them. Or I have great relationships with my uncles, great relationships with my boy cousins, great relationship with my grandfather and my dad. And I spent a lot of time with my grandfather and my dad all throughout, like, growing up. And even my boy uncles and boy cousins, I spent so much time with them too.
Yeah, okay. So maybe that helps with, because this is one of the things I notice is that a lot of girls that like get into escorting develop like some sense of, I don't want to like hyperbole this too much, but like some sense of like hatred for men.
Yeah,
some sense of like,
do, yes.
Fuck, all these guys are awful.
Yeah.
Whereas you've had so many good experiences that maybe some poor experiences escorting doesn't like fucking make you jump to that conclusion. You're like, yeah, a lot of my clients are cool. Some I might have bad experiences with. I won't see them again. But I know like in all my personal life, I've had great relationships with men. I know they're amazing. Yeah. And so I'm not going to like go down this fucking path of like self-destruction, like hating men and thinking like life is
so I got my dad.
Exaggerate, you know?
My dad, my grandfather, then I got my two male blood uncles, and then I've had good relationships with even like my what do you call it, like a step uncle, like uncles by marriage. So I've got 2 of those, so that's like 4 uncles, and then I've got 4 boys. So that's like 10 guys in my family growing up that I was close with all of them. Like I never had a bad experience with either of them. I'm close with them still to this day. Spent a lot of time with all of them.
That's good.
And they're all good guys.
Yeah. And actually, like, this is a fair point. Like, I think if you're looking for like a good woman, okay, if you're looking for someone that actually you think will have like a stable relationship, I think finding someone that has like good relationships with males in life is a really good thing. Now,
so you're calling me a good woman?
Yeah, for me, I was going to say,
wow.
For me, usually I look for the opposite, okay? Usually I'm looking for daddy issues, okay?
Hey, did you know your father?
Yeah.
No? Okay, well, come right this way.
Markus right here, that's my name. Nice to meet you, okay?
You're
I'm
terrible.
your new daddy, okay? You don't need a father figure out.
Yeah, well, because I can't even do the daddy play. I can't do that.
Oh, that's my favorite.
No, yeah. I can't. I would vomit.
Nah, listen, I need
I've spoken about this on the show before. I would actually vomit.
Yeah, I need to go without a daddy.
Oh, no, fuck no. Absolutely.
There's only room for one daddy around here. Yeah, it's true. I mean, look, if you're looking for a good girl, then yeah, find someone with a good relationship with a father, but not me. Okay.
Well, yeah, so I think that is...
Yeah, so that helps.
That's also another thing.
Good. Yeah,
is that I had good relationships with guys growing up that I'm like, I know that there is good men that are good to women.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
in the world.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, when you first told me that, I had to process it for a little bit. I'm like, okay, what does this mean? But yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's actually, I don't want to say it's rare, but like, I mean, I think definitely in the sex worker space, I think it's very rare to find a girl that's had good relations with every guy in their family.
That's super rare in general,
very rare.
Like outside of even sex industry, I think that's rare, right? Like I think most people you speak to have like some form of like fucked upbringing. I think like it's fairly normal. Or as you said, like there's a lot of girls that have like trauma, let's call it trauma, around your relationships with men at some level. So yeah, you're lucky. It's good.
Wait, I have a little list because like I was thinking about it. So I guess the same is also true for like ex-boyfriends as well. Like, so I've never had like an abusive ex-boyfriend. Like, like, look, when I was younger, like in high school, like, you know, I guess some of the ex-boyfriends I had like during high school, like, you know, when you have like little high school crushes, some of them were a little bit like, I guess, dramatic, but there was never like any really boyfriends that like beat me or like constantly cheated on me or like manipulated me or whatever. So I've never even had partners that treated me bad. But I guess that would probably also stem from, I mean, no man in my family ever treated me bad. So if somebody was to like treat me not okay, I would just not.
Yeah, you have the like right expectation of like what you deserve.
Yeah, like my dad treats me like I'm a goddamn princess, like literally every single day. Like even to this day, my dad tells me how perfect and amazing I am. Sweet. And I'm nearly 30. Yeah. And my dad's still telling me how perfect and amazing I am. Literally, like my dad's Instagram is literally just photos of me being like, look at my daughter. I love that.
It's perfect.
Yeah, and my grandfather was the same. My grandfather always just both my grandfather and my dad just inflated the fuck out of my egos like growing up. So it's like, if a guy isn't gonna like inflate my ego, then like fuck off. You're not gonna tell me how perfect and amazing I am every single day.
It's gold.
Then fuck off. Okay, yeah, okay. So I have another couple of points as well. I guess this is just a small one that stems from like the family thing. It's like, yeah, my parents are still together. So I know that you can have like good relationships and things. I don't want kids. So I think that's another pretty big one is that, so this is like another, so
explain this one to me.
So a lot of girls, we kind of spoke about this last time and I said a lot of girls do this job and they want a normal life after this. They want the husband with the white picket fence and the kids.
Yeah.
I don't want kids.
Okay, yeah. So you're like, I'm happy doing this. I don't feel like there's like a timer on this. I don't feel like I'm like under this pressure to do something. It's like, I'm happy doing this.
And a lot of people say like, oh my God, like, you know, I don't want my kids to ever know that I did this. I want to get out of it and forget this life so that I can have a normal life with my husband and my kids. I don't want that. This sounds boring as fuck to me.
Yeah, fair,
fuck that.
Very cool.
And then this is another one as well. This is my last point is I don't get turned off by clients or co-stars, which seem to be so a lot of the people that I've been dating since doing this job are co-stars or clients or guys that I've met in the industry through the podcast or whatever. They're actually pretty much like, I would say majority of other than one guy, the guy that I met in Mexico, I think every guy that I've had a thing with since doing this job have met through work.
Yeah, so they have like an understanding as well.
Most girls find it such a turn off if a guy's like a porn star or a client. I don't care. I think it's hot. I don't care if a guy pays for me for sex. To me, it just says he's got money. So I find that hot. You can afford to pay my rates. You got money.
Exactly.
That's hot to me.
Love it. Yeah, and it's like they already passed that like understanding and lack of judgment and things like that.
Yeah, I don't have to have a conversation. Also, what do you do for work? And the same thing with like I've dated co-stars before, and it's the same thing. It's like, okay, we have a mutual understanding on the job. I've assessed their fucking ability. That's another big one.
Yeah, you
have to try before you buy. Okay, so that's another, because a lot of girls are like really turned off by guys they meet in the industry. I would say almost all of them. Because I say that to girls, like when girls are like to me, like, how do you date so many guys? I'm like, how do you not date so many guys?
You're sleeping with all of them. Pick one.
Sleep with men. I'm sleeping with men every day. Like I'm always meeting new men. I'm literally have a never ending supply of guys. A never ending supply. Yeah. So.
Hey, Kat. Fuck. I gotta be honest.
What?
I'm feeling fucking hungry. I'm a bit peckish right now.
Well, you're in luck because I've got something prepared for you. Okay, while I go and prepare snack that we're gonna prepare. Okay, so everyone, I've got a new. So we did this on the podcast like ages back when we were doing the in-person one.
We did this a few times, I think.
Yeah, we tried the flavored condom and then we tried a flavored lube. Yeah. So I've got another flavored lube.
Me, by the way. I come around, she's like, I've got some more lube for you.
So I actually had a client buy me a new flavored lube for my birthday because it was my birthday a few weeks back. So we've got the honey Burdette passion fruit flavored lube.
I do like passion.
I haven't tried it yet, so
all right, let's give it a taste.
We're going to be trying it live on air. I've got some frozen yogurt that we're going to put it on. Last time we put it on ice cream. I don't have ice cream, but I do have frozen yogurt.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, actually, I've got like normal yogurt. Should I just put on normal yogurt or
maybe let's do
frozen yogurt?
Let's do frozen yogurt. I reckon it'll taste better on frozen yogurt.
Okay, I'm back and I have a little
This is Master Chef right here.
I was just bit off because it was just like a popsicle. It wasn't like actual things. So I literally just bit off like part of the popsicle.
I love it. All right, so how much lube is the lube on here already?
Yeah, it's already on there.
Okay. Oh, yep. Okay, I see it.
Can you smell? Oh, it's strawberry frozen yogurt with passion fruit lube. Oh, a thick lube.
Tastes pretty good, actually.
You know what? It works with the strawberry.
Yeah, it goes well. I love that we're like food connoisseurs for lube.
I remember last time I like gave you a little bit and you were like eating it like in between when you were not talking, and I was like, put that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
like
some
really
just for my yogurt. Yeah. Girls like, can we use that lube? No, that's for dessert. I'm actually eating that.
Like it's like next to the toaster in the kitchen.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, Honey Birdette has like
it's tasty.
They have like a lot of like so actually we tried caramel flavored lube last time. I think that's the one that we tried. So Honey Birdette has like a gourmet like caramel flavored lube. They got creme brulee.
Oh,
they've got like strawberries and cream and
yeah. Actually, this is my favorite. This is really good.
The passion fruit one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like this better than the caramel
girls,
one.
if your guy's not eating your pussy, just fucking load your clit up with this shit. I'm telling you, it's starve your man for a day. Put some passion fruit lube on your clit and let him go ham. Okay,
you know what? I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like guys like the taste of pussy though.
That's true. But the ones that don't, are the ones that not
don't,
eating pussy,
or like on
exactly.
your butthole, you can just lube up your butthole with this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you hungry? Get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Eat my ass.
Tasty. Yeah. Well, I like it.
Alrighty, so closing off this episode with the sex fact of the week, which you're really...
I'm retiring from last week with my sex fact.
Oh,
yeah, you're back.
No, we're gonna bring you back as a little...
all right, a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
Celebrity appearance.
A celebrity appearance, yeah, that's a guest appearance. So this week, which you're really going to like this one. I heard this on a podcast, so I don't know how fact-checked it is, but I heard it on another podcast. But I heard this and I was like, oh, Mark is going to love this because... So nurses,
oh yes,
which is one of your favorite professions,
yes.
And I think we've had. Oh no, actually, you've said on the show before that you think nurses are the kinkiest, and apparently they are. Apparently, nurses are the most cheating profession. I don't know how to word that. Yeah, nurses cheat the most out of any other profession.
Yeah, this is why. Okay,
it's because they're kinky.
Yeah, if you're a kinky fucking nurse. But the thing is, like, if you're a nurse, especially working in like a younger environment, like emergency, for example, is you are around a bunch of other young people. You're all stressed. You're all in a profession where you have to get along. So you're always socializing, usually going out together. You're also working like shift work. So you're probably seeing people at work more than you do see your like husband or wife or whatever it might be. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Like nurses are crazy. They're kinky. You put them in an environment all together. You give them night shifts. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some cheating going on.
The shift work one, that definitely. So like when I was in accounting, it was so like incestual, that office, because you're working like, sometimes you're working like 7 a.m. till like 11 p.m. and you're working weekends, you're in the office on weekends, and sometimes you do like, and you're like in little rooms, like when you have to go to like client sites, because I worked in audit, sometimes it was just you and one other person in a room for like 14 hours a day for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
what
like
else are you gonna do?
Chemistry starts, like it does. Like I don't know if I've ever spoken about on the show how I had like a little thing with a married guy at my old office.
I think you did tell me. I don't know if it was on. It was
because he was just there. We were just smushed together in like little rooms for like so many days, and then he definitely would have seen me sometimes more than he would have seen his wife. Like, yeah, and so it definitely happens.
Yeah, good. Listen, any nursing sex fact I'm here for. I agree. So listen, I'm sorry if your partner's a nurse. I'm sure some of them don't cheat.
I'm sure some of them are good.
Yeah, right. I used to be a nurse. I didn't cheat. Okay, so there's at least one person. All right, we have one stat. All right, Kat, this has been fun. It's been good being back. Excited. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, it's been so good.
So guys, if you liked this episode, make sure to follow us on our socials. Do you want to hit them with our socials, Kat?
Yeah, it's at Kat and Mark Show.
All right, there you go.
On everywhere.
On everywhere.
Yeah.
Done. All right, peace guys. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, bye.